Hi, I'm Mike Cherniffsky, and you're listening to This Podcast is Uncalled For.
Hi everybody, welcome to the podcast. Welcome to a bonus episode of the podcast. It occurred to me I want to do a wrap-up of the UFL season. And I kind of like my episode numbers even when we're finishing seasons. So that will be coming in June. But I want to do a special today, this bonus, because I'm still upset about something. And this is something that we talked about a little bit on the podcast before. Certainly when Braden was still on, we talked about the gig economy. And I'm still a little upset about this. So I'm just going to put it out there. So I record this on 4/20/24. So happy Weed Day to those who celebrate. Unfortunately, I cannot because I still live in a state where weed is highly illegal. And Topeka refuses to do anything about it. So if you happen to be listening to this in the Wichita area, votes Time Master in the fuck out of office. All right, seriously. So what exactly am I upset about? Well, if you recall from our gig economy discussion, one of my biggest pet peeves is people who tailgate, follow too closely in a car. All right, we are already going at speeds that are impossible for humans on barefoot. In machines that weigh a couple of tons and traveling at high speeds, and there are rules to the road. In fact, you have to get a special type of identification in order to be able to operate these machines. I'm, of course, talking about driver's licenses, and it can touch back on the whole downtown ballpark debate and the need for public transit. Well, here's another need for public transit. Some people shouldn't be on the fucking road. All right? And there were two examples of this just yesterday, 419. One of which involved me actually getting into an accident. Well, three actually. One of which involved me getting into an accident, and two of which involved me almost getting into an accident. So we'll go chronologically here. And yes, this is DoorDash related. So you can think of this as a sequel to that gig economy discussion. So the first near miss was after the first delivery. By the way, I'm going to say this again. Tip your drivers. All right. If you are using DoorDash, as soon as you put in your order, it gives you an option to tip. Especially if you're making me cross the state line. I want double digits. All right. I'll forgive this particular customer because turned out he was an elderly man in a nursing home. But it was still $6.50. That's what I made on that one delivery. So tip your drivers. All right. Coming back, I get my second order of the day. and I have to turn around. It's south of me. I'm heading north on state line. So I come to the intersection. I'm getting ready to turn left, and the asshole behind me decides he's going to try to intimidate me and honk his horn twice. Look, there's traffic coming from the north towards me, and I'm waiting for an opportune time to make that turn. I feel, because of that horn, I'm feeling pressured to make that turn, which I do, and narrowly avoid getting clipped by an oncoming car. So, fuck you to that asshole who almost got me killed, and probably came close to creating a big mess on State Line Road at 103rd. So, number one. The other near miss and the actual hit happened on the same delivery. The near miss first, because that happened first. So, go into the restaurant and make the pickup. All right. Unfortunately, there's only one way in or out. There's usually two, but the street right there, this is that little Oak Park Plaza thing right across the street from Oak Park Mall. That street, that little side street that separates the plaza from the mall area, is being worked on. So that way is not accessible. So everyone has to get out the same way. So I'm sitting in this mini traffic jam in a parking lot for God knows how long. And finally getting an opening, or so I think, because the guy who wants that opening is trying to cut me off. Yeah, F him too. That's a situation I wish Overland Park Police would dispatch someone to handle that situation. You know, at least control traffic flow. Because what I saw in that parking lot can accurately be described as a clusterfuck. And once again, people not knowing how to drive. So, only one direction, people coming in, 3 directions of people want to get out. So at the very least, I'd put a security guard, since it's on private property, or I would contact Overland Park Police and say, hey, could we get someone to handle traffic out here? So, but that didn't happen. I'm lucky to get out of there, which leads directly to the accident. I managed to get, across the lanes, heading north on Quivira, getting that left-hand turn lane, and the light turns green, and like that, I feel a thud. The guy behind me decided to run into me. So I complete the turn. I pull into the nearest parking lot. And the son of a bitch just runs off. Nothing. If you have a fender bender like that, yeah, you're supposed to stop, assess the damage, trade information, and just go from there. I did my part. I just wanted to do my parts. I pulled into the parking lot and checked the damage. Luckily, nothing too major. I think, but I'm still a little shaken and I'm still a little angry, obviously. And thank you and sorry to the postal worker that happened to be right there. Sorry for spilling my guts out at you. But thank you for at least listening to what I had to say. And I hope to run the rest of your day. So I was able to complete that delivery despite the parking lot traffic jam and being unconscionably rear-ended. Look, the light had just turned green. Okay, I was ready to go. And this asshole just can't wait. So he bumps me. Yeah. Anyway, right after that, I get on the phone, get DoorDash to connect me with Lenexa PD because, I was turning into Lenexa. At that point, and in that part of town, Lenexa and OP are separated only by Quivira. So they say, just come on in, and I know they're getting ready to move here soon. So, are you still at the old police station on A7th? I'm nearby. I can stop by. And credit to the officers who took my information, took my case, and hopefully they're able to figure out what exactly happened. And that is a major intersection that does have police cameras, so they can easily find out who did this and everything. Probably fine him, probably take away his license, I don't care. But the asshole who honked at me and the asshole who rammed into me, they both need to stop driving. All right? They need to have their licenses revoked or something. Because what they... that's something I hope people are going to take away from listening to today's bonus episode, is that you gotta be patient on the road. If I may quote Star Trek, Next Generation, Conspiracy, patience is one of our virtues, Captain. Especially when driving, patience is a virtue. Be patient with the guy in front of you. They teach you this in driver's ed. All right. It's been a long time since I've taken driver's ed, folks. All right, but still, you're supposed to get the car in front of you and count 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Wait until you get to 2 Mississippi, and then you can go. Give the guy in front of you plenty of space before you go. They teach you this shit in driver's ed in high school. All right. Apparently, those two assholes missed that day in class, and same applies for way too many drivers in the Kansas City area. And to quote Braden, he said he had confirmation from New Yorkers that Kansas Cityans drive the way New Yorkers wish they would drive if they had more space. New Yorkers, I know traffic is very much a situation there, and you do have to follow each other pretty closely if you're driving. So thank God you guys have public transportation, i.e. subways. And Kansas City, I hope we get to that point sooner rather than later, because way too many people in this fucking town tailgate. They follow way too closely, and you wonder why I'm pissed off all the time when I'm driving, because of these fucking morons following me way too closely. If I'm looking in my rearview mirror and I see the grill, or I don't see the grill and I just see a windshield, and I'm not even seeing where the tires meet the road, that's pretty close. That's way too close for my comfort, and those people need to fuck off or retake driver's ed or something. Because that's my pet peeve, and that's why it is my pet peeve. Because you're unnecessarily putting pressure on me or anyone who happens to be in that situation. And you're putting me in danger, you're putting yourself in danger. And like you don't give a fuck. Safety first when you're driving. Remember, cars are, they're not cheap. They're not cheap to maintain. And they weigh a couple of tons a piece. And you're, again, traveling at speeds that humans naturally cannot go. We are ill-equipped to go those types of speeds for those types of distances. So that's the big thing. Don't tailgate. Be patient. All right? Follow the rules of the road. Remember what they taught you in driver's ed, if you took driver's ed. And give the person in front of you plenty of space. All right? All right? And if you still refuse to do that, well, you can fuck off, go to hell, and pray that you're not caught. All right? So that's all I wanted to talk about today. Thank you for listening. Remember those two lessons in particular. Be patient and don't tailgate. All right. Have a good rest of the day.